Hello YouTube, how are you? This is Tula, and today I would like to invite you on another play date. I want to create something like this one, maybe a little smaller, and I'll do this as a tutorial. I'll try to explain everything I do along the way. It's really easy, as you can see. It's a lot of fun, just playing with different shades and mixing them together, and a very stress-free way, I think, of working with watercolors. If you're not sure what to do, painting leaves is wonderful therapy, I think. So let me show you what I have here. I have this page of watercolor paper. This is the Lana Lanaquarelle cold pressed cotton paper. I will be using one brush. Mine is a number 2 Princeton Heritage round. It has a nice tip and it's very suitable for these little leaf shapes. An aquarelle pencil to create just a general guideline of where the branch will be going. And what I like about using it is that in places where it gets wet with the paint, the color sort of disperses and doesn't really give us a harsh line underneath the paint. Outside of the camera view, I have this little towel and my mixing brush. I use this brush to mix my paint. I don't like to ruin my good brushes, so this is the one I can use without worrying about it. I also have two water jars, one for dirty water and one with clean water, and I'll be using the same colors I used here. I have a burnt umber brown, a yellow ochre, mustardy sort of yellow brown. I have 3 turquoise shades here. The dark one is a phthalo blue, a light turquoise, I think this is a cobalt turquoise, and cerulean blue. And I also have this green mixture that is olive green, lemon yellow, yellow ochre, and probably some of the turquoise blues as well. Just yellowish sort of green. And they are already wet unless they started drying. And that's it. So the general idea of what we're going to do is to create 3 upside down teardrops. I hope you can see it over here. This 3 upside down teardrops, and where they meet, the colors will blend into each other, and then we're just going to add a bit of a stem, a branch, and let it flow. Now you don't have to work with the same colors I have. You don't have to work with the same shades I have. You don't have to work with the same size or the same sort of leaves. Do whatever you want as long as you have fun. I'll just create a very rough guideline of where I want my branch to go. Maybe something like this. And add some interweaving branches. Yeah, I think this will be great. And I wish you could let me know when I go quiet. I need to remember to narrate myself as I go. That was it with the pencil, and now I'm going in with the brush and the paints. Start with the yellow ochre. Now most of my paints, I like to have an area that's watery and an area that has thicker paint, so I can dab into the thicker paint when I want to. But mostly I will try to use the colors in quite a similar consistency, because that way they will flow into one another best. I hope we are focused. I hope everything is all right. And let's start. And I will explain later on why I tend to clean my brush after I dip into each color, creating the second leaf shape and adding just touching the first one so the colors blend. Going into the light turquoise, getting the remainder. I don't want too much paint on my brush for such small shapes. Creating the third teardrop, connecting them, and I'll dip into the brown now, touch the bit where they all join, and create a bit of a stem. That's it, really easy. Ooh, light struck, I see, like when you look into the sun, that's what I see now, just a blind spot in a way. So I'll create another one and maybe put it here, teardrop. Let's have a brown one next to it. Another teardrop. Now you'll notice that I'm creating them separately and then joining, and that way I have a pure color for for each one. I think a lot of the magic of mixing colors comes when you have bits of pure color in between. Now my browns, both of them, the ochre and the umber, are quite thick, a little thicker than the green. That's why they don't flow so well. This one I'll connect to here. I'll use more runny colors now and try to show you what happens when I touch them first. So let's say I have this here. This is the cerulean, and maybe you can see that it's much more liquid than the browns. Now I'll go into the phthalo, create another teardrop, and I'll go into the green now so you can see. If I put the color outside, it's pure. Once I touch and join them, oh, I can't. I'll try again soon, I promise. Let's do it with, maybe the turquoise will be a good demonstration. So I'll go into the green first. Let's put one here. Can you see? Are we in focus? Okay, so green. Ochre. And now I'll show you picking some of the light turquoise, and if I touch it to the other area, first of all, I've contaminated my brush with other shades. Can you see how much different this turquoise is from this one? Because it got, once I touched the area where they connect, I contaminated my color. So there's a lot of charm to it, but I think the magic happens when you have bits of the pure color showing in between. So that's why I clean my brush a lot. Put one here. And the dark brown maybe next to it. Touch them up. And I don't know when the camera stopped recording. I apologize. It's very far above my head and I get distracted and forget to look. Okay, so I have a little teardrop with cerulean blue. Clean my brush, get some green on this side, touch them up, and let's get a brown here. I think this is too thick. Okay, and the third tier. And let's pull branch. Wonderful. Another one. So the light turquoise. Now I'll go for the phthalo. Oh, this came out really thick. And an ochre. And I intentionally placed it under the stem to break the stems. I don't want the stems to show everywhere. I want to disrupt them to get, well, of course this is not a natural kind of plant, but I want the movement to be natural. Let's put one here going this way, so I'll twist my page. I'm twisting the page because it's easier for me to control my shape with the tip of the brush, and also easier to create the tip of the teardrop when I pull it towards me. So that's why I'm moving the page. Where did I want? Over here. And I'm going to have to be careful not to touch the wet paint. One. Let's get cerulean next to it. Just a bit of color on my brush. This one is more watery. And I see that my paint in the green is quite thicker, so they're not going to flow very well. And I'll go for the phthalo. And now I'll touch the base where they all meet with a bit of brown to create my stem. Yeah, nice. Let's go for the phthalo again. Removing the excess water. Now if I make clover-like kind of plant, I think it can be fun to hide a 4-leaf clover in it, and I think this will be the one. So it's hidden in the middle. My paint feels a bit too thick, so I just cleaned my brush a bit and I'm using the water for it. And turquoise. And I have a 4th one, so I'll use the cerulean. And I hope it will be hidden in plain sight. So I'll need to add some other clovers around it to hide it a bit, not to make it too obvious. And I see this stem that I want to pull down. Yeah, good. So let's put one over here. Okay. Teardrop. I love the Princeton Heritage brushes. They have such a beautiful tip. You see how my color contaminated because I touched them, but this shade is beautiful. It's like a dark jeans. And let's make the 3rd one over here. Pull a stem. Another one over here in the vicinity of the 4-leaf to camouflage it. This is again the phthalo. Let's use a cerulean next to it. and yellow ochre, and I want to touch some brown into the yellow ochre. My ochre is a little thick, so yes, I need a bit of green around here, so I'll do one over in this area. Is still playing, yes. Okay, so green, cerulean. Let's touch them up. And I want another blue. I'll go for the light turquoise. And touch a brown for the stem. Another one over here. Yellow ochre. Oops. See the blob I have on my brush? That's too much paint for such a small kind of shape. Brown on this side. Oops. And phthalo. And I'll drop a bit of the phthalo into the brown to muddy them and to get a darker shade. Now I have this area here that feels blank. I'll create another. I'm afraid it will be too cramped if I add one here, but it feels like I need it here. Maybe use light colors. And the green. So I'm going over dry branches, but it's okay. I can pretend that it's behind them, behind the stems. And yeah, okay. And for this area, I want to create a branch going this way, so I'll create a little clover here. So a light turquoise. An ochre. I want to dirty this ochre. I'll get some green into it. Yuffie. And maybe touch my brush into the phthalo. so hardly a pure color here. I think I'm getting there. Maybe another one going this way and just one over here. This will remain my top flower or clover leaf. One teal, cerulean for the second one. Touch them up. And maybe the phthalo again. Put it over this on this side. Oh, that flooded everyone. That's alright. If I want to remove some, I dry my brush on the towel and just lift some color. Or I can just drop it back in. Okay, and I said I wanted another one going this way, right? I have a busy middle. So going this way. Turquoise on this side. Oops. Okay, I messed up the shape a bit, but it doesn't matter. And the cerulean on the other side, and I see that I have too much paint, just dabbing my towel and trying to pick thicker paint instead. Some brown, and let's pull. Oh, did you see what happened? I had a water drop on the ferrule of the brush, and it just flipped into it. Let's see what it makes, what kind of effect it makes later when it dries. So I feel like adding just bits of stem. Get some of the brown for it and some of the cerulean, maybe a bit of green as well, just a general muddy color. It's too thick. And just pull. Maybe another new growth here. No, this was a mistake. That was a mistake. So I'll add just one more clover leaf because I don't like what happened here. I'll use the yellow ochre New growth is light, so I'll try to use light colors. White turquoise. And green. Very watery. I think I'm done. This is it. We still haven't seen what happened to this funny guy with a drop of the water from the brush. It sent the brown, I think it fell over here, so it sent the brown into the tear shapes. Interesting. Did you have fun? I did. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.